Sunsail Flotilla holiday. My name is Claire, and in the following briefing we're going to be taking you through all the essentials that you're going to need to have a fun and safe flotilla holiday with us. If at any stage you'd like to take some notes, please pause the video, and of course we'll be on the ground at your chosen destination to answer any further questions, and we look forward to seeing you.
Okay, so let's start with the basics. It's always nice to remind ourselves exactly what a flotilla is and why it can help make your holiday more enjoyable. Flotilla is a group of yachts cruising in company. There's also a lead boat with Sunsail staff on board to help you out every day. On the lead boat, there'll be a skipper. The flotilla skipper is in charge of safety, giving you daily briefings on route and weather information, and helping deal with harbour authorities on the way around. They'll be about to give you the best sailing and lunch spots on your journey, and also how and where to moor up in the evening. The crew are there for your support, so feel free to ask them anything, whether it be some sailing tips or their personal favourite bays for lunch. There's also a technician to complete any general maintenance on your yacht throughout the holiday. If you have anything you'd like looked at, please let the skipper know as soon as possible, and they'll have the technician come to take a peek. The host is your concierge for the flotilla. The host will tell you about harbour facilities each day at your daily briefing. They also know where to get medical help if required, and can help book tables at the best restaurants. If you have any special events you would like help with, or if you require special assistance, please talk to your host and they'll help you out with their local knowledge. The general layout of a flotilla day starts around 9 or 9:30 in the morning with a morning brief. This is either in a taverna or over the VHF in our more remote spots. We do request that only the skipper attend these briefings. If absolutely necessary, the first mate can join. The flotilla skipper will give you the plan for the day during these briefings, any dangers en route, any recommended lunch stops, and finally where to end up in the evening. They might give you guideline times for entering harbours in the evening. Unless it's somewhere the flotilla can book you into, then spaces are allocated on a first come, first served basis. The host will tell you about any facilities at the end harbour, how much harbour fees might cost, and if they have any evening activities planned, like a drinks party or a flotilla meal in the taverna. After the briefing, you can ask the crew questions and then get ready to depart for the day. Call your flotilla skipper on the VHF to ask for help departing your berth and ensure you have everything ready for your day's sailing. The wind often picks up around lunchtime in the Med, so a stop for food and a swim is recommended. Once you've finished your lunch, you'll be able to pick up the anchor and have a great afternoon sail. Once you've arrived at your evening's destination, call the lead boat on the VHF to notify them. If you're going to be late, please call the flotilla phone so your crew can plan ahead. You've got the freedom to sail during the day and support right where you need it, at the end of a phone or for mooring up at the end of the day. Sunsail also offers free sailing days on flotillas. On a free sailing day, your flotilla skipper will explain to you the harbours that are available for you to go to by yourself. There may be prohibited areas for safety and weather conditions, but the lead boat is fully contactable during free sailing periods. The crew may not be at your chosen destination, but they are there for your support on the end of a phone. In the Mediterranean, we mostly moor stern to. This is also known as med mooring. It can be done either with a lazy line or mooring line, as seen in the left-hand picture, or with your anchor, as seen in the right-hand picture. Remember that if you're mooring stern to with your anchor, you should start dropping your anchor about 3 to 4 boat lengths off of the quay. As well as finding you space in the harbours, your lead crew is there to help you in by guiding you. We understand that as you are skippers of your own boats and you have sailing licenses, you could moor yourselves. But as it's a nice relaxing holiday, why not take advantage of a second pair of eyes guiding you in from the pontoon? We've created a short video on what signals the crew might use to guide you in. Have a watch now. On approach to your harbour in the evening, make sure you call the lead boat on your VHF. The skipper of your flotilla will then give you instructions on how to set up the boat for the evening's mooring. Please leave your VHF on as you wait for the space to become available so that the skipper can call you on the VHF if necessary. When the space is ready, they may call you on the VHF, which is why it's important to have it on loud, or just give you a wave. Start approaching the space that they're in, nice and slowly and controlled, in astern. The skipper will then give some hand signals to help you into the space. A little bit this way, or if they keep their hand there, it means a little bit more, keep going this way. Exactly the same in the other direction, a little bit of this way, and a little bit more please, keep going this way. Remember that the skipper may be able to see things that you cannot and is just trying to help you from the quay. They might ask you to speed up, or more likely, they'll ask you to slow down. When you're getting the anchor ready to drop for a stern-to mooring, the skipper will raise their hands above their head, which means get ready to drop anchor. If they keep one hand above their head and point, it means that they want you to be ready, but steer a little bit in the meantime. Only once both hands are by the skipper's sides do you drop the anchor. Keep dropping it until the skipper says stop. This symbol means keep dropping, and this one means bring the anchor up a little bit. A closed fist means stop. If you've never med-moored before, or you're a little rusty, you can ask your skipper for advice anytime. They love sharing their tricks to successful mooring. Remember that when you're entering a harbour, you should call on the VHF. Your lead boat skipper will then tell you exactly how to set up for your stern-to. When you are ready and you've set up with fenders and warps in advance, and your skipper calls you in towards the quay, approach nice and slowly in astern and follow the hand signals. There's also a great video on Sunsail Dubrovnik's YouTube page that shows you how to set up your lines and fenders for stern-to berthing. The link is here, or you can just search Sunsail Dubrovnik Med Mooring on YouTube. As mentioned, the skipper of your flotilla cares about your safety. When you are berthing up, remember to keep those fingers clear of any moving parts. Also, it is suggested that you wear closed-toed shoes when berthing. Stubbing toes on cleats can be very painful. Sunsail cares about your safety. On board, you'll find a safety information card with information about general safety, some swimming guidelines, fire safety, and a few other bits and pieces. Please locate your safety card when you get on board and ensure every member of crew has read it before you leave the marina. If you can't find your safety information card in or around the chart table area, please contact reception who can provide you with a replacement.
At Sunsail, we care about your safety.
The following video will show the safety items that you will find on board your Sunsail yacht. Some of the yacht's equipment might differ from that shown in this video, depending on the country of charter. When boarding, please do get familiar with your safety equipment by looking around the lockers and storage areas. The places for storing them, as well as the gear model, will vary from one boat to the next. And if you're unsure of anything, please ask the base staff, who will be more than happy to show you the exact locations. You will find on board a flare container containing parachute, handheld and orange smoke flares. They are normally located around the chart table or saloon seating area, and each flare has operating instructions printed on the side, so do make sure to read them, as they can differ from what you've been used before. The parachute flare is to alert others of a distress situation, day or night. The handheld flare to be used in short range distress or to pinpoint a signal, and the smoke flare for daytime distress use only. Other safety equipment located on board will include wooden bungs, a foghorn, a first aid kit, and remember, do let us know if you use anything at the end of your charter so we can replace it. There is a basic toolkit on board for light repairs, containing screwdrivers, pliers and bolt croppers and or a hacksaw. You'll find binoculars and a torch. And we also include your daytime shapes of an anchor ball and motoring cone. We supply you with a diver down buoy for use when snorkeling, and there are also snorkel vests available for you to use. Only confident swimmers should snorkel, and remember, always snorkel with a buddy. Never snorkel alone or under the influence of alcohol. Don't swim off too far from the boat, and do let your crew know what you're doing and where you're going. Each yacht is fitted with a recommended amount of fire extinguishers on board, and they'll be situated in brackets around the yacht. You will find printed information on how to use them down the side of the unit, and to use, simply pull out the pin, aim at the hose at the base of the fire and squeeze the trigger. Whilst pressing the trigger, use sweeping motions at the base of the fire. A fire blanket is fitted to each yacht in easy reach of the cooker in the galley, with instructions on the front of how to use it. There are an exact number of life jackets, harnesses and tethers on the yacht per local law and regulations. Usually they're located in each cabin, and it's best practice before leaving the dock to ensure that each crew member has found and fitted their life jacket correctly. The life jackets should be stored where you and your crew members can access their own quickly and easily. They do come in different types and sizes, so make sure you know how to use the ones provided to you on board the yacht. Place the life jacket on and ensure everything is in good order and fits well. And there is a light and a whistle for attracting attention if you find yourself in the situation of being overboard. Safety harnesses, in combination with the tether, are an added increase for your safety. The harness is placed on like a jacket and is adjustable to any size. Make sure that fits you well. One end of the tether should be attached to the D-ring on the harness, and the opposite end is secured to a strong point on board in the area that you're either seated or working in. Man overboard. Each yacht is fitted on deck with horseshoe life buoys and floating lines. As Sunsail has a no night sailing policy, the floating lights are sometimes stored in the chart table area to keep the batteries dry. However, if you're planning to cruise in low visibility conditions, do make sure that your man overboard light is fitted and connected with the horseshoe life buoy on deck. Life rafts are normally found near the stern of the yacht or in one of the cockpit lockers. On the casing of the life raft there are instructions printed on how to use the life raft. Secure the painter to a hard point on the yacht, throw the life raft overboard, pull the painter so that all the line is out, and with one final hard yank on the line this will activate the life raft. Underneath the locker lid on our catamarans you'll see the emergency tiller location, and on our monohulls you'll find these in the cockpit lockers. Please take care whilst opening and closing doors and lockers. Any anchor lockers or lockers that are open up should be secured to the guardrails to prevent them from falling back down, and secure doors to avoid them from slamming shut and causing injury or damage.
I hope you enjoyed that video. There might be extra equipment on the yachts that weren't mentioned in this video. Please make sure you ask if you're unsure how to operate anything. In some destinations, we also carry EPIRBs. They are emergency position indicating radio beacons that should be used only in a Mayday type emergency. They can be taken with you if you have to abandon ship. Please ensure that yourselves or children do not accidentally set it off by pressing the red button. This can carry a fine from the port authorities. If, however, you do need to use it, take it out from its base, press the red button, and it will set off an emergency response from the Coast Guard. If you'd like to know exactly how they work, you can talk to your Flotilla skipper and they'll explain the whole process. One piece of safety equipment you will use every day is the VHF. You'll use it to contact the lead boat when you're close by. However, if you need to use the VHF for an emergency, then ensure that it is on channel 16. Channel 16 is the emergency channel, and you will have to broadcast a Mayday. Only do this in case of grave or imminent threat to life. Do remember to also contact Sunsail and your crew as soon as you can. This slide has a Mayday procedure on it. You can take it down if you're a little rusty, or there'll be a copy on board your yacht. The other method for issuing an emergency signal is to use the DSC button on your VHF. To use this button, you lift the flap over the distress button and then hold the button down for 5 seconds. A list of options will then come up. Follow through those options and it will send out an emergency signal with your position information. Please make sure, again, that yourselves or children do not accidentally press the emergency button. For anything else, you'll be contacting the lead boat. You'll be giving the lead boat your contact details and they will give you their contact number so you can get in touch with them throughout the week. You can also get in touch with the lead boat by VHF if you have visual contact with them or know they're within a couple of miles. Remember that VHF only works on a line of sight basis, so if there's a big hill between you and the lead crew, your transmission may not get through. Anchoring in bays is how you usually have lunch in the Mediterranean. Remember to check for any obstructions and anchor in nice, clear areas. These symbols mean that there might be an underwater pipe or cable entering the sea at this point. Don't drop your anchor there, you definitely don't want to pick that up. Once you've found a nice spot, drop your anchor in under 10 meters of water, remembering to lay out 3 to 4 times the depth and chain. Use a little reverse to dig in your anchor for a lunch stop. Some areas you're recommended to take lines ashore. Check with your lead crew if the bay you would like to use is suitable for this. If you're rusty on any of your anchoring procedures, talk to your skipper before you start the day and they can help remind you on how to anchor best. If you would like to visit a bay that wasn't recommended in your morning briefing, maybe just double check with the skipper why it wasn't recommended. They may have just forgotten it as a great bay, or they may not have mentioned it because they don't recommend it. There are 3 types of tank on a yacht, and they shouldn't be mixed up: water, diesel, and waste. Your yacht will come full of diesel. Please remember to refill it before entering the harbour at the end of your holiday. The water tanks are topped up during turnaround, but we do recommend that you fill up wherever possible en route, so you're never caught short. Some harbours charge for waters while others don't. Keep this in mind as you're travelling round. Your host can give you the next updates on when water is available. Waste tanks are often called holding tanks. They hold the black water from the toilets on board. Tanks must be emptied as often as possible, preferably every day. But make sure you follow local maritime law. Usually 2 to 3 miles offshore is enough to empty tanks, but in some areas they do require you to have it pumped out rather than emptied at sea. Remember, with the toilets on board, if it hasn't passed through you, it doesn't go down the loo. Paper and sanitary products are to go in the bin and disposed of with normal yacht rubbish. Ensure everyone on board understands the toilet rules, as if an unnatural blockage is found, then there is a fine involved. This is especially important for small children who may not understand the differences with boat toilets. Supervise young children just to check what's going down the loo. Etiquette and cleanliness is important to us at Sunsail, for your safety and for the enjoyment of everyone on the water. Please do be aware of your proximity and noise around other yachties. Not everyone is on holiday, and many people live their lives on board their yachts. Respect the environment you're sailing in. We'd like to keep the Mediterranean lovely, clean and blue. Don't throw anything overboard and dispose of everything at the end of the day in the normal garbage at your final destinations. Your host will be able to tell you where recycling facilities are available. Remember that a lot of the small islands that we go to don't have specific recycling infrastructure. Try as best as you can, and we'll do the same. A tidy boat is a safer boat. We like our lazy bags to be zipped up and lines to be hung neatly every night, not only because it looks really good, but if we need to move in an emergency, everything is standardised and there won't be any accidental trips or slippages. You'll be updated with the weather forecast by your lead crew on a daily basis. You can ask their advice for the best local weather stations to keep yourself informed if you'd like. Your lead crew will inform you of the Flotilla route on arrival at base. If you want to look at the route you've booked, you can check out the Flotilla plans on our website. The advertised routes may be changed in case of adverse weather conditions or for crew safety. Some harbours have mooring fees while others don't. Some places are more expensive than others, and also facilities vary a lot between harbours. The Flotilla host knows exactly what's available in each port. They'll also be able to tell you which mooring fees are payable on marinas and town quays. Town quays are generally cheaper than marinas, and in some destinations, water and electricity is not always available. Boat papers. Boat papers are a legal requirement and must be carried at all times. There is a risk of a fine by port authorities if you don't have them or don't produce them when asked. Make sure that you don't let the boat papers go away without you. If you'd like help dealing with the authorities, ask your Flotilla skipper and they'll be more than happy to help you out. Paddleboard and kayak rental is available. You can do this either in advance of your holiday, or you can wait till you're on base and book locally. It's important to remember that we don't provide children's-sized life jackets. Please bring your own for your own peace of mind. On board your yacht, for hygiene purposes, masks and snorkels are not available. You will find fins. If you'd like to have your own mask and snorkel, you can buy some in the towns local to your base or bring your own from home. You can watch this presentation again if you want to familiarise yourself more. Or you can wait for when you arrive. Your lead crew can answer any questions. If you have a question before your holiday, please contact your holiday planner and they'll be able to assist.
Okay, and that wraps up our Flotilla brief for you. We hope you've enjoyed it and you found it useful, and we look forward to welcoming you on your next Sunsail Flotilla holiday. Thanks.